Okay, in this video, we are going to be working on K9, graphing the solutions to two-step linear inequalities. Okay, so just one additional step. So in the last section, K8, we found the inequality, and now we're just going to take that solution and plot it on the number line. Okay, so first thing we would do here, 3h plus 9 is less than or equal to 3. We would subtract 9 from both sides. That gives me 3h is less than or equal to negative 6. Okay, we would divide the negative 6 by positive 3, and that's going to give me h is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, we're dividing by a positive. The inequality is not going to flip. Negative 2 is going to be the boundary. We actually want that point because it's equal to, and we want everything to the left. We want everything that is less than that. Okay, now 3n plus 6 is less than 3. Subtract 6 from both sides. That gives me 3n is less than negative 3. Dividing both sides by a positive 3, we're going to get n is less than negative 1. Now, negative 1 is going to be the boundary, but we don't actually want that point. So we're going to double click it again, leave that open, and now touch the end of the graph to extend the ray to negative infinity. Okay, 10 plus 2g is greater than or equal to 2. We would subtract by 10. 2 minus 10 is negative 8. Divide negative 8 by positive 2, we get negative 4. And that is going to be my boundary. I actually want to include that point because it's equal to, and I want g is greater than or equal to negative 4. So I want to extend the ray all the way to positive infinity in this case. Okay, 4 plus 3t is less than or equal to 10. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. That gives me 3t is less than or equal to 6. Divide 6 by 3, and that gives me t is less than or equal to 2. 2 is my boundary. I want to include that point and everything that is less than that. Okay, 5t plus 9 is greater than or equal to 4. We would start off by subtracting 9. 4 minus 9 is negative 5. Negative 5 divided by positive 5 is negative 1. Since we divided by a positive, nothing's going to flip. So from negative 1, we want that point and everything greater than that. 8 plus 9y is greater than negative 10. We would be subtracting 8 from both sides. Negative 10 minus 8 is negative 18. Negative 18 divided by 9 is negative 2. So we're going to go to our boundary. We don't want to include the point because it's not equal to. We just want greater than. Okay, we divided by a positive 9. The inequality will not flip. Okay, negative 2 plus 2n is less than or equal to 2. We would back this out by adding 2 to both sides. That gives me 2n is less than or equal to 4. Divide the 4 by positive 2, and that's n is less than or equal to positive 2. We want to include that point. That's our boundary, and everything that is less than that. Okay, just a handful more. Now I'm going to keep the variable on this side. I'm just going to have to read my answer in the reverse direction. So I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. 5 minus 15 is negative 10. Negative 10 divided by positive 5 is going to be negative 2. The way this is read is negative 2 is less than a. Negative 2 is less than a, which means a is greater than negative 2. So I'm going to go to negative 2 with my boundary. Remember, a's got to be greater than, but not equal to. So I'll double click it to open up the circle. We want greater than because negative 2 is less than a, which means a must be greater than negative 2. Okay, we got a fraction. I know it intimidates people, but it doesn't change things. Okay, r over 3 plus 6. We would start by backing out the 6, so we'd subtract 6 from both sides. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. r over 3 is greater than -1. To back out division by 3, we would multiply both sides by 3. So the 3's would cancel over here. -1 times 3 is just -3. So r is greater than or equal to -3. -3 is going to be my boundary. I want that point, and I want every point greater than it. One more time. So s over 2 plus 9 is less than 10. 10 minus 9 is going to give me a positive 1. So s over 2, or 1/2 s, is less than 1. We'll multiply both sides by positive 2, and that will not flip the sign. So s is less than positive 2. So 2 is our boundary, but we don't want to include it. So double tap, open that circle, and extend everything less than or everything to the left. Okay, last one. Add 1 to both sides. Okay, that gives me 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is less than or equal to 3k. We would divide the 9 by 3. So 3 is less than or equal to k. 3 is less than or equal to k, which means k is greater than or equal to 3. K is greater than or equal to 3.